Noobs with general disturbance. This is the Bishop, the Tier 5 British SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Widepark, and it's under the command of linyarin. And yes, it's been a while. I've been away. I've actually been unwell again. I'm afraid. Can't be helped. Someone else who's also unwell at the moment is Calvin. Yes, so do spare a thought for Talon. Game on. Okay, well, the Bishop, 4.5-inch howitzer, capable of doing 450 alpha and penetrating 28mm of armor with a 2.22 meters burst radius. He's got plenty of targets, but this is a short-range Arty on a short-range map. Oh, and his first shot hits the KV2 for 202 hit points. And he's actually platooned with somebody on his team in the T-3485, so this should be fun. Okay, he's going down to the bridge. Close, very close. Going to be a little more difficult to get damage now on that corner, but he can still do it. And he's being joined, several tanks there. A Budgie, a Chinu, and also there was, for a brief moment, it looked like there was a light tank as well. Okay, well, the trick here is to allow the shell to drop down over the other side of the embankment. I think he's got it right now on the turret. There you go. Yep, that's the way you do it. 238 hit points with that one. Next shot will take that guy out of the game altogether. Yeah, he didn't learn his lesson. He should have pulled back the moment he got hit. For that much hit in the way of hit points, he should have pulled back. But it's going to be the KV2 who gets hit next time. And that's a blind hit. But we know he's still there, so we'll plant another round in, just in case he's still tracked. And, oh, he decides he's not going to do that. Actually, that may have been a mistake, because obviously he's probably still there, tracked, and that's why he didn't move away. But he's found a better target, a KV-1SA. That's the auto-reloader version of the KV-1. Unfortunately, he's popping in and out of being spotted. There he is. And the KV-2, well, we can't see him at the moment. We can certainly see these guys. And in fact, we just lost our platoon mate in the T-3485, and I think it was to him. But he gets one back. And I think that's 5 critical hits because he just got the bruise medal. Okay. Looking around for another target. In fact, there's the leopard that we saw earlier. It wasn't a chatty. Oh! Well, he managed to launch that shell over the embankment into the KV-1SA. But let's put a round into the leopard because it could prove fatal to him. If he was to get a penetrating shot and a high roll, the leopard might expire from fright. Oh, well, he did get a hit, but he didn't get a penetrating shot for 177. So he'll need to do it again. That's about right. Yep. Another hit for 196 this time. We're doing well here, but we just lost our T-52 and he got taken out by that KV-1SA. And the leopard is no more. Yes, he didn't fix his tracks and move away. He should have done that. Ideally, when you start getting hit by Arty, you move away from the spot where you're being hit and find better ground elsewhere, because it's not going to stop until the Arty has you, unless you can make yourself scarce. Okay, that T-3485 is still there. There he is. We can give him a taste of his own medicine. He moves away just in time to avoid that shell hitting him. Okay, let's put the KV-2. Yes, he tracked him, but he fixes his tracks, and that means he won't be able to do it again if he gets struck a second time. We're looking around for that KV-1SA. Going back to the T-3485, who's just too persistent. And he's about to find out how deadly this can be. And the enemy Arty has just been spotted in the rear. It's a gorilla. And in fact, we can just see there's a Type 58, which is, of course, the Chinese version of the T-3485 Achilles. And there's the gorilla. And he's got 1 hit point left. That would be a certain kill. Instead, he whacks the Achilles for 514. That was a penetrating shot. And the gorilla, well, he's still there, but we're going for the M10. I think, was that the M10 or Hellcat? I think it was the Hellcat, and he took a direct hit with a blind shot. I'm pretty sure that gorilla is still there. We're firing for the Type, and he moves. Yes, these guys know how to move away. Now, go for the gorilla. That's it. Take him out the game. And he's gone. Now, the Hellcat will take him out the game as well. He's hiding behind that wreck, and he will be expired if the shell hits him. He is, and he's gone. And that's a 4th kill for linyarin. Yes. Do unto others as you can, as fast as you can. Oh, and that T-3485 has just suddenly moved underneath the bridge, and he's trying to threaten our guys. In fact, we just lost our T-150, and I think that may have been to the KV-2, but we can see this Type 58 over here who's trying to shoot through the gap in the bridge. We fire a round in, and oh, it just misses him. Hits the rib, but he is 1-shot now. And so if we can get this shot on target, it might be his last moment in the game. He's backing away. He's very careful, that guy. But this guy isn't. He's just staying absolutely still. And that's why he just took a direct hit. There's the KV-1SA still up on the embankment, but now he's a 1-shot. And it's a good hit, but we don't get the kill from that one. It went to our M10 RBFM. And in fact, now our guys are flooding into the enemy rear because we've got a 5-tank advantage over the enemy. And they are starting to expire. Okay, well, the T-3485 has gone. And there's only a few enemy tanks left, but we can probably take one of them, I think. We can get that T-30 Type 58, or maybe even the T-34 that we hit earlier. This guy's a 1-shot. We fire, and he's already dead. And the T-34 goes down to our SU-100, or is it somebody else? It was, in fact, the VK-3001D. But it's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for linyarin in the Bishop. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, as well as a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 27 in that one, as well as the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a win 8 of 11,032, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there he is, right at the top of the table with 2,908 hit points of damage. Next highest scorer was the VK-3001D, who managed 1,564. And in third place, it was the Honey 3 on the enemy team with 1,250. When it came to kills, though, it was actually shared between linyarin and the VK-3001D. They both managed to get 4 kills apiece. 2 kills went to the M10 RBFM on our team, and the T-3485 and KV-1SA on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one as well, which means he's got the top in all 3 columns. And he's the only player to get over 1,000 base as well. linyarin got 1,049 base. The next highest being the VK-3001D with 891, followed by the Churchill 3 with 879. He fired 31 rounds in that game. This vehicle only carries 39, so he actually had 8 spare rounds at the end. 16 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrating shots, 20 splashes, 2,908 hit points of damage in total, of which 1,643 were at more than 300 meters. I reckon we can tell which ones were the ones he penetrated straight away. The gorilla, yep, he smacked that guy. He only had 1 hit point left, but of course the gorilla doesn't really have any armor at all, and he planted that shell right on top of the guy, and it blew him to pieces. The second one, obviously, it has to be the Hellcat, because of course he doesn't have any armor as well, almost as bad as the gorilla, and he was penetrated for 530 hit points. He didn't die with the first shot, he died with the second one, but he was well and truly penetrated with the first shot. So let's have a look at the rest of the detail. Well, we can see he damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and he got 65 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 35,554 credits in the game. He got 30 bonds for a mission achievement, and he also picked up 11,017 experience points, including 9,444 for a mission completion event. So another ace tanker. He's had them before in the Bishop, but he's getting better and better at it. And the fact that he's getting high calibers shows that he is really racking the enemy up. And, well, when you're on a short range map like Widepark, it's fairly easy to actually get good results. Because, of course, you don't see this map in the higher tier Arty that often. It's mostly only for tier 6 or tier 5 and below. And if you do see this map, in fact, this game was a tier 6 game. If you do see this map, then if you're in the Bishop, you can have a whale of a time, because every enemy tank you hit that's higher tier than you, you're going to get extra XP for it. Hope you enjoyed this replay. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.